Today we're talking about which browser you should use for general browsing and search engines. Compartmentalizing your internet activity into different web browsers is essential to maintaining your privacy. Here we are going over a browser for use with search engines and general web browsing. The browser I recommend for doing these activities is Brave. Brave is a web browser that has been designed with privacy in mind. It is based on the Chromium engine and has all the Google integration removed. It has the Brave Shield extension, which includes script blocking, cookie blocking, anti-fingerprinting, and ad blocking. The Brave Shield is an intuitive tool that is highly configurable that allows you to make exceptions for some websites. Also, seems how it's based on Chromium, you can use the Chrome extensions with it to add functionality. However, I wouldn't go too crazy with these extensions because extensions can have telemetry that can monitor your browsing activity. So we are going to jump over to the desktop right now so I can show you Brave and how I recommend you configure it. Okay, what you're looking at now is the Brave browser. First you have to install it, and to install it you go to brave.com. And here it is. We're going to go ahead and hit download. And it is cross-platform for Windows, Linux, OS X, etc. And basically you just follow the instructions. I will link this in the description below. Now, we're going to go ahead and configure Brave. And there are two ways to do it. You can go here to settings right here, or you can click on the orange shield if it's orange, and go ahead and hit change global shield defaults. Now, we're going to go ahead and see it says block cross-site trackers. All these should be on. If they're not on, then turn them on. Now, it says block cross-site cookies. You can change this to block all cookies, but I don't recommend doing that. I always just do block cross-site cookies because blocking all cookies can break some search engines. And now device recognition, block all device recognition. You want to block that. Social media blocking, turn that on, turn this on, and leave that off. LinkedIn, leave that off. Even though you shouldn't be using social media on this browser, keep it turned on anyway. Search engine, as you can see, the default is Google. We're going to go ahead and change that to DuckDuckGo. That's the search engine I recommend everybody use. It does not log your searches. It does not use any tracking cookies, etc. And we're going to go ahead and hit Manage Search Engines. And I'm just going to go ahead and remove this from the list. I'm not going to use it. I'm also going to remove Bing. But Point and Start Page, those are okay as well. Then we're going to go back. Brave Wallet, I would leave that in. WebTorrent, we'll keep that on. Hangouts, we're going to go ahead and turn that off. IPFS, we're going to go ahead and leave that off. Widevine, we're going to go ahead and keep that on. Media Router, we're just going to leave that off. Manage Extensions, we'll just leave that. And we're going to go all the way up to Settings. Now, we have right here, it says Default Browser. You can go ahead and make it your default, because you're going to be using this for most of the other stuff anyway. On startup, what you want to do is, see this? You want that off. You don't want it restoring your settings, your previous session. You want to open new tab page or set a home page. I just do new tab. Brave colors, that's up to you. I always just hit use GTK, and that way it matches my GTK settings. But it all depends on what you like. Show home button, I'll go ahead and enable that. Wide address bar, you can do that. I like to turn that on. These are all up to you. Now we're gonna go all the way down, and we're gonna go ahead and hit additional settings. We're gonna go to privacy and security. And use prediction. You can go ahead and turn that on or off. It all depends on what you like. I just turn it off. Safe browsing, you want to keep that on. Web browsing, you want to keep that at default. This is your telemetry. You can automatically send crash reports to Brave. I keep that off. I want to take a look at them before you send them. Alright, send a do not track request to browsing traffic. You want that on. Allow sites to check if you have payment methods saved. Off. Manage certificates, blah. You just keep that there. And all this other stuff, yeah, just keep this all default. But this is what your privacy settings should look like. And this is what your Brave Shield should look like. Now, there are certain exceptions you can make in this particular Brave Shield. You can go ahead and lower shields for specific sites, and you can turn them on. If you turn it off for a specific site, every site that you go to, the Brave Shields will be off for that specific site. Now, if I went to, let's just say this one, you see these are on. This is off. That's how you do that. Now, let's just say it's trying to run a script. Let's go to... Let's try a news site. These run lots of scripts. This has nothing to do with my political views. Now, as you can see, it's blocked 23 tracker items right now. Now, I can go ahead and turn on scripts. Oh, wait a minute. For some reason, scripts were not being blocked on this. You can go right here and hit continue blocking JavaScript right here. Or you can add an exception right here. Or you can go ahead to this particular site, not that, or you can hit allow scripts once right here. It'll turn on your scripts. Now, if a site breaks because of that, that's the first thing you should do. Go to your Brave Shield right here and just hit allow scripts once. And that way, that should fix most of the breakage. If a website doesn't display or something, you just hit allow scripts once, and you should be good to go. But all this should be turned on. So, now, there is another thing about Brave that it blocks ads. However, you have Brave Rewards here too. And what this does is if you sign up, it will allow certain ads to display that are Brave compliant, that don't use trackers, etc. Don't use trackers, scripts, etc. That is totally up to you. I usually do it. I just haven't signed in yet. But you can go ahead and sign this up, and it gives you it gives you a certain type of like cryptocurrency token type reward coin that it pays you in for displaying these ads. This is also how Brave gets its support money. So if you want to support the content, support the browser itself and its development, etc., this is a great way to do it, and you earn a piece of the income as well. So that is another feature of Brave. So I hope that you enjoyed this. But as if you search, you can just go to Fox News, and it's going to search in DuckDuckGo. But I hope you've enjoyed this. This little part that I've been showing you has been unscripted, but this is how I recommend you configure your Brave browser for general web browsing and search engines, etc. This is just what I would suggest you do this for, like your shopping and stuff. But do not enter your payment information into this browser. Enter that into a different browser. That's what I would suggest. If you do enter it in there, clear your cookies again. Notice we're not blocking cookies. So just clear your cookies, or don't save your payment information into it. But other than that, have fun with it. If you like this video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also, consider following me on my social media links below. And if you really liked it, check out these videos that are listed on your screen. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching The Penguin Revolution.